buy water for us on Jerican. Nowhere to buy water. Nowhere to buy to take on generator to pump the water. I never have. It's just that I never have. There's a difference between removing your tooth by applying anesthesia, which will alleviate your pain, and just pulling it out. It is illegal. It's not whether I can say. If you have no power to carry out an action and you do so, then it's illegal.
The first subsidy is gone.
It's going to be challenged. As a lawyer, I don't engage in speculation.
Yes.
I deal with facts.
Yes.
Then if key is not taken, if it's only Dangote that is producing, a liter will be selling for over 1,000 naira per liter.
Tinubu came to office within a day and the whole country is already on fire. I want you guys to listen to what the senior advocate, Femi Falana, said. They're going to be suing Tinubu over the fuel subsidy removal. Nobody is crying that he removed the fuel subsidy, but the manner in which he removed it is the problem here. So I want you guys to watch this video. We'll be right back to do some CGC.
The whole month, the month of June, to meet with relevant stakeholders, to plan and look for alternative solutions to the problem. And there are alternative solutions. We must learn from what other countries are doing to address the dollarization of economy. We cannot continue to dollarize the Nigerian economy. For instance, Kenya was spending $500 million a month to import petroleum products. That country entered into an agreement with Saudi Arabia to pay for importation of petroleum products in shillings, in the local currency of Kenya. And the agreement was allowed. Nigeria has a similar arrangement with China. China and Nigeria, 5 years ago, entered into a currency swap arrangement, right? Whereby Nigerians would pay Naira for goods bought in China, while China or Chinese business people will pay for goods in Nigeria in yuan. But the IMF and the World Bank frustrated the agreement so that our country will continue to depend on the American dollar. And we are challenging the government. Right now, countries that are members of the BRICS, you know what they call BRICS now, a new organization, constituted by Brazil, India, Russia, China, and South Africa. Those countries now trade among themselves in their own local currencies. And I have challenged Nigeria. You must join that body and take advantage so that this craze, this business of looking for dollars will be reduced.
Should the NSC go on strike today or declare a protest on strike today? Will it be a welcome idea?
You will have to ask the NSC because they are holding a meeting and that decision has not been taken. As a lawyer, I don't engage in speculation.
Yes.
I deal with facts.
Yes, by saying that NLC, a private company, has declared a new price.
That's going to be challenged. It's going to be challenged.
Can you say it's illegal?
It is illegal. It's not whether I can say. If you have no power to carry out an action and you do so, then it's illegal. And we're challenging NNPC. Let us know the law that allows you to jack up the prices of petroleum products.
So should we be looking at it becoming a legal matter?
It's going to be legal and political. Yeah, both political and legal. Yeah. Thank you.
The issue of fuel subsidy is becoming a problem in the country. You cannot just become a president and make a rational decisions overnight. I just say, by the power invested in me, I remove the fuel subsidy without following the due process. Me, I don't know, but the issue of this fuel subsidy is turning the whole countries on chaos, and it is not good on the image of Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
You have 500 naira to pay for fuel.
Oh, God, me, I be a good driver. I don't even pay 500 naira. How much I go come the carry person? Why? I don't fit pay 500 naira. What 550 when they talk? I don't fit pay them because the price is too much. I beg my president, Tinubu begin to do something about this price where they talk. I beg, I dey take God beg Tinubu, make you do something. I don't dey here since day before yesterday. Now I buy fuel to drive my keke so that I go fit dey carry passenger. I no fit. I no fit. To buy water for house with jerrycan. No way to buy water. All the poor people where they sell water 2020 now, they say no water, sef, no way to buy to take on generator to pump the water. I never bath. Since yesterday I never bath.
You never bath?
You know the yellow smell. You know the yellow smell for my body.
Wait, you dey smell?
I dey smell.
Then come out for ya.
I want to come on one by
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. No worry, you go get water, you go bath. Eh?
It didn't just end there. The labor union are planning to go on a nation strike. This is going to be hot on Nigeria.
Well, there is no discordant voice within organized labor. If there is any, let me know. We have 36 state councils of the NLC. We have 54 affiliate unions that met on Friday. No dissenting voice. And we took a decision on this action. And every union has issued strike directives to their members. And the strike is on. For the newspapers that are saying there is a division, let them say where the division is having. The NLC does not operate northern branch, eastern branch, western branch. So where is the discordant voice coming from? Let them wait till Wednesday for them to know.
Though during the presidential campaign, Peter Obi also promised to remove the fuel subsidy. Atiku, on the other hand, also plans to remove the fuel subsidy if they were elected as the president. But maybe they might have other knowledge how they're going to remove it without causing chaos in the country.
Right from the time I was a member of Jonathan's economic management team, I've consistently maintained that we need to remove subsidy, because for me it's organized crime. People were just stealing the resources of the country, and that crime has to stop. And I showed my own position in empirical data to show that the amount of fuel we consume is totally far ahead what we are supposed to consume. I showed it in data, comparing with countries like Pakistan, and it's very clear. So I maintained about its removal. And throughout my campaign, go and read my manifesto, I maintained about its removal. If you have a toothache and you go to a dentist, there's a difference between removing your tooth by applying anesthesia, which will alleviate your pain, and just pulling it out. The difference is that I believe it should be removed with conditions, and that condition has to be applied. If I was involved, I would have shown in empirical statistical data how much we are going to save, where we are going to save, where we are going to apply it, the gains for the people, so they can, just like I said all throughout my campaign, that I'm going to govern the people by being open, showing them empirically verifiable facts on how the country can be better, and everybody can follow it. That's what I would have done. That's why I said I would have, go and read my data. I said I'll bring back everything, fiscal viability. There's things you need to do, there's things you need to show. Even when Jonathan was removed it, that was when they came up with Shopee, all of things. Yes, conditions.
You cannot just become a president and say, I'm remove the fuel subsidy. And you know Nigerians, they like to take advantage of anything. Remember, the issue of Naira notes, up to date, that issues have not yet to be resolved. They are still using Naira to buy Naira in the country. Me, I don't know any countries in the world whereby you use your own currency to buy currency, except Nigeria, because of the rational decision that the president or the leaders make. They just come to power, by the power investor, they make, I remove this thing. You have to put things in place. They don't think. That's why your former president, Buhari, made the statement that the Nigerians are more difficult to control than the East cows, because he thinks that Nigerians are cows. Nigeria presidents so far just think that they are leading animals. That's why they can, you just think that these people are Muslims. They are more concerned about how to escort cows, not human. Me, I don't know. So I want you guys to watch what the labor union said. We'll be right back to do some explanation if necessary.
Does market forces mean monopoly in a sector? How can there be market forces if Dangote is the only person producing? Are we not repeating a private sector monopoly, which is even worse than a public sector monopoly, which the NMPs have been maintaining? What is the situation in the cement industry and other areas? Why are the Port Harcourt refinery not working? Why is Warri refinery not working? Why is Kaduna refinery not working? Unless there are other players in the sector, we can't be talking of market forces. We can't be talking of competition in the sector. You can't have a single market participant in a sector and we are talking of market forces. It doesn't go that way. Between now and December, if key is not taken, if it's only Dangote that is producing, a liter will be selling for over 1,000 naira per liter. So the argument doesn't make sense before us.
Well, a lot of people are also talking. I want you guys to watch this Arise TV News interview and listen to what this guy said. And if you pay good attention, you will understand that even if Peter B was elected as president, there is a way of them removing this subsidy without causing chaos in the country. Not just that you come to power and make decisions rationally to deceive or to disorganize the full country. That is just my own personal opinion. Anyway, let's watch what Kenneth Okonkwo said. We'll be right back.
And right there in the speech, you could see a man contradicting the exact thing he was saying. Well, I may not blame him. The statement was written for him. But his own utterances, which was not even in the text, ran exactly contrary to exact thing he was saying. Meaning, he was simply being a mouthpiece to somebody who wrote something. I said it during campaign that I am not moved by anything documented, because that may just be the work of some brilliant professors. I want to hear the candidates talk. I want them to be cross-examined. Let's hear what he will say. Now, let me move into why I said this. A man in his speech said, we shall consult and dialogue and never dictate. And Piam, he issued the first dictate of his regime. Fuel subsidy is gone. Well,
On fuel subsidy, unfortunately, the budget that I've glimpsed before I assume office and what I've heard is that no provision is there for fuel subsidy. The fuel subsidy is gone. Subsidy can no longer justify it ever increasing cost and the wake of dry resources. We shall instead the channel whatever to fund to better investment in public infrastructure, education, healthcare, and jobs that will materially improve life for people.
If you interpret that, certainly the way that they are now explaining it, they're saying that he made a reference to the fact that subsidy is gone, but the reference was the fact that the previous government had only made allowance up till June in the budget. It wasn't him who did it. He was simply acknowledging that the subsidy is effectively gone. Would you concede that to him?
no, I would not. The statement he made was in May. The subsidy was to go by June. In politics, one day is enough to do the miracle or the damage. But what is the essence of you are saying in your inaugural speech that you are going to inflict more pain on the people. He said he was going to lead. Leadership is defined as the ability to influence people through inspiration, not intimidation or manipulation. That was a demonstration of arrogance of power, not humility of purpose. Now, when you are a leader, what is your purpose? Is it to inflict more pains on the people? No. And you have to be humble about it, especially when the problem emanated from the incompetence and dishonesty of leaders, not from the complicity of the people. Now, let me start by saying, so that you do not misinterpret me as ever supporting anything about oil fuel subsidy. If there is anything that irritates me to my bones, is the issue of subsidy. I wouldn't have voted for anybody who said he was going to maintain oil subsidy. And I'm very serious about that. What is the wisdom in an oil producing country paying more than 7 trillion to foreign countries to refine your oil and send it back to you? You paying their shipping line, you building their refineries abroad, when you have your 4 refineries already built.
So you support his move then?
No, listen to me.
Right.
I am saying that I hate everything about oil subsidy, and I agree with anybody who says it's fraudulent, it's criminal, and has no business in the first place in the Nigerian economy. Like I said.
Well, that's why he removed it.
No. We should be as careful in coming out of oil subsidy as we were careless in going into it. We displayed recklessness and carelessness going into it in the first place. So when you are coming out, you wouldn't be as careless as you were going in. So what I'm saying is, when you want to remove it, there are 2 fundamental bases, and I talk now as an economist, that you must fulfill in order to make sure that you don't destroy the economy before building it post-oil subsidy. And the 2 basic econometrics that you must achieve: you must saturate the system with fuel, and you must ensure there is no monopoly. When you saturate the system with fuel, elementary economics will teach you that when supply is excess, it maintains a cap on the price. However, no matter how supply is entrenched, if there is monopoly, the monopoly, through Shylock mentality of making profit, can still manipulate the supply in order to make sure that the price gets haywire. I give you an example with OPEC. OPEC can throw its weight around. Even when the supply is there and they don't like the price, they simply cut the supply and the price will jack up. That is what is happening in Nigeria. You should factor it in. Some people have been feeding big on that general corrupt tendency of oil subsidy manipulation to fill in their pocket. So when you want to deal with such things, you have to be careful coming out. You don't need to pronounce it. Like I said, why I said it's a demonstration of arrogance of power. It's just, you just want to tell people that as president, my word is law, nothing else. Because the other regime has given you a leeway. What he said is unlawful. He said oil subsidy is gone. No. What he said is not true. He said there was no appropriation for what he knew in the budget for oil subsidy. No, there was. And it ought to end by June. If you end it today, that means the June allocation for oil subsidy will be dyed by some elements of criminal tendencies, because they would have jacked up the price before exhausting the subsidy, which is already a matter of law, which is already in the Appropriation Act. So there was everything wrong with that pronouncement. And it is anti-labor, it is anti-people, not because that I support oil subsidy, but because of the recklessness with which they are managing the exit of the oil subsidy.
Right. Well,
anyway, this is where we're going to be ending the video today. What is your take about the fuel subsidy? Do you enjoy watching this video? If you are enjoying the country right now, that the administrations of Bola Ahmed Tinubu so far, please comment your thoughts. Do you believe or agree that the fuel subsidy should be removed? How much is fuel in your state? If you are watching our video for the first time, please subscribe. There are a lot of amazing videos waiting for you on our platform. For all our whole subscribers, God bless you, and we say we love you. Don't forget, let us know how much is fuel in your area currently, and do you agree with Bola Ahmed Tinubu removing the subsidy? How his decision so far is affecting you? We want to know. Thank you all. Until we meet again, peace out.
Get to subscribe to get notified. And as you they share your support, now say God bless you too.
Sense on the bed.
Lambi TV, Lambi TV, Lambi TV, oh, Lambi TV, Lambi TV, Lambi TV, Lambi TV.